What if I tell you that there's an AI running on my computer right now that reads my emails, checks my calendar, monitors my businesses, writes content scripts for me, builds actual content pieces for me, builds carousels, infographics, videos, anything I need, and also deploys code? It's also constantly figuring out what apps we can build next, automatically builds it, scrapes internet data, and literally can do an unlimited amount of things. Anything that I would click my computer to do, I can have my AI agent doing. And that is the age we're in. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not even being dramatic. This is what autonomous AI agents look like in 2026. And most people really have no idea this is even possible yet. So I'll say this up front that if you run a business, create content, manage a team, or feel like there's just not enough time in your day, this video is for you because it has completely been a game changer for everything I do in my life, from personal, business, and any other aspect. Because what's really happening right now is this shift of how work gets done. And if you know a little bit about me, I'm Chelsea. I'm a registered nurse by background. I've been in business for many years. I've been in tech for many years. I also got into AI when the first ChatGPT came out in 2022. And now I'm building multiple AI companies, and it has never been easier. Over the past few months, I've actually gone into a deep dive into AI agents. And so it's not just tools, it's actually answering questions, it's actually programming systems to do work for you. And I think this is where I see a shift happening over the last few months with all the things that have been coming out. So today in this video, I'm going to walk you through what autonomous agents actually are. I'm going to show you some of the exact tools that I use every day, some of the examples of what I built with them in real life, and how you can start using these immediately. Whether you're technical or not, it doesn't matter because there's an entry point for everyone, and you don't have to be technical anymore to do a lot of these things using AI. So first off, let's talk about what are autonomous agents. So here's the simplest way that I explain to people to think about it. A chatbot waits for you to ask a question and then gives you an answer. So think of your interactions with ChatGPT. You ask it a question, it gives you an answer. That's really basic experiences that most people know when they think of AI. But an autonomous agent is completely different. You basically give it a goal and it figures out the steps, executes them, and then comes back with the results. So it can literally do things like read files, run code, search the web, send messages, control your browser, interact with apps. Basically anything that you would click on your computer, it could actually do that on your behalf. So think of it like this. A chatbot's like texting a really smart friend. You ask and they answer, but an agent is like hiring an actual employee. They can click buttons, they can fill in forms, they can open terminals, they can edit code, and holy moly, this is actually super powerful. Let me be real with you for a second though. If you're still doing anything manually in 2026, then I really think you're already behind. No, it's not too late, but get on this now. Figure out how you can automate things that you're doing over and over again. Not because you're capable of it, but it's because you're competing with people now who have 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 agents working for them behind the scenes. This is where the true powerhouse comes for you using AI in your personal life and in your business. So let me actually talk through some of the tools that I use. Claude Code, this is probably my all-time favorite tool. It's a terminal-based coding agent. You open your terminal, type what you want to build, and it builds it. It reads your entire code base. It understands your architecture. It can create files, edit files, run tests, deploy. You can spin up apps, websites, anything that you imagine you can do really fast. And it's really good at fixing the bugs across these multiple files. You can also set up automations as well, and they have all kind of things you can add to it, like skills and MCPs. And so this is a little bit more of a technical concept, but once you get your feet wet, you'll learn all of these things. Another exciting thing with Claude Code is they just released auto mode, which means it can now decide what actions are safe and execute it without you having to approve each step. So this just means before today, I had to actually approve the code changes and say yes, execute it, or no, don't. But now it's actually doing it autonomously, which is a huge upgrade. So I know the word coding is scary, but if you can just type instructions and just brain dump exactly what you want it to do, you can actually navigate Claude Code. So the next tool I'm going to talk about is Claude Cowork. This is the non-technical version, and it's extremely powerful. I just started using Claude Cowork a lot more this past month. It can connect to your Google Drive, your Gmails. It can go into all your documents, any of the apps and things that you already use, and it actually does the task for you. And so the biggest unlock with this is called Dispatch. You can literally send a task from your phone and it executes it on your desktop computer. So if I'm in the grocery store, if I'm in bed sleeping, or if I'm out picking my kids up at school, I can actually give it a prompt and tell it to update a spreadsheet, send an email, open an app, create a graphic, basically anything I want it to do, but I can do it from outside of my house and it actually takes over my desktop and it's done before I get home. Now, the next big unlock and tool I want to talk about is OpenClaw. So I've been on the OpenClaw train literally since the day it became popular in January. I've spent so much time in the Discord, so much time learning and actually getting my OpenClaw to function for me in a way that I've never imagined. Like, I'm completely wowed every single day by some of the capabilities and things it's building, things it's researching, things it's creating. It's literally like my true personal AI assistant for anything that I need. And this is the one that really changed it for me and gave me a little taste of what AI autonomous agents really are. So OpenClaw is an open source framework. It lets you run AI agents 24/7 on your own machine. It is always on. You don't open it. It's just running. You talk to it through Discord or Telegram, and it has access to your files, your terminal, the web, your calendar, your email. I have an agent. I named her Luna. So she runs all my business operations, keeps things organizes for my expenses, helps me pay invoices, checks my emails, monitors my websites, writes content, creates videos for me. It scans for trends, anything popular in the niche or industry I'm in. And it also gives me all of this in a beautiful dashboard where I can see every single thing happening. And she's basically working while I sleep. And then now the big news is that Nvidia is building on top of OpenClaw with something called NemoClaw, and it's really just a wrapper with enterprise level security and guardrails. So this should really tell you everything you need to know about where this is going.